Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing this Eufy Smart Doorbell. So as you can tell, my set has changed again because I have moved recently, and this is the first thing that I'm going to be unboxing in this new home, which is a video doorbell. This isn't just any regular video doorbell though. This is from Eufy and it has 2 cameras on it. Let's go ahead and dive in and we'll tell you more about it. One of the things that is so special about this video doorbell is not only that it has 2 cameras, but when you buy security cameras from Eufy, you don't have to pay a monthly fee just to run these guys. You don't have to subscribe for anything like that. Once you have the camera, you have the system. You don't have to pay a monthly fee to access your doorbell, things like that. So let's go ahead and slide this guy out here. Alright, and then as we open our top here, we have our doorbell and our main station here. This is the local receiver for here in the home, and you can connect multiple devices through this one. Here is our doorbell, quite large for a video doorbell, but one nice feature it does offer is 2K camera up here on top. Very nice. And underneath the packaging here, we have our charging cable, this is the power for our main dock station here. We have our mount to mount this on our door frame, and then this is an angular piece you can see in case you wanted to angle it towards the door, whichever way that might be, if that makes sense. We'll show you later. Then we have our network cable to be able to connect it to our Wi-Fi here. And then over here we do have a sticker that'll be a drilling guide to put your holes to mount this on the wall. You can also add these stickers to your windows so people know you have security. We have our quick start guide, some wiring here, a few screws to be able to mount it, as well as this looks like it's going to be our charging cable for the doorbell itself. One interesting thing I did notice is this charging cable is micro USB. It is not the not a USB-C. On something this new at this level, I would have expected USB-C. And then they also do have a reset button. I imagine you use that right here on the back to reset it. Looks like a really big SIM card ejection tool. And this is the contents of our packaging. Alright, let's go ahead and start setting this guy up. The first thing you need to do is plug in power and Ethernet to the home base here, and plug that Ethernet cable to your router and wait for a blue light that'll tell you that it's ready.
Welcome to Eufy Security. Follow the instructions in Eufy Security App to set up the system.
There we go. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and install the Eufy Security App. Then from there we can go ahead and open up the app, go through the tutorial, and if you already have an Anchor account, you'll sign in with your Anchor account to Eufy. Those are one and the same. Alright, so once you've been connected and set up, you'll hit Add Device, Homebase 2. Alright, now I will scan the QR code on the bottom of the Homebase 2. Alright, after you scan the home base, it'll then ask you to press the button on the back of the home base to say, yes, connect. your sync/alarm button on the back. And then now it's going to update the firmware. It looks like we've got a couple of updates here. All right, the firmware is now updated. We'll hit next, and then we'll go ahead and hit add more devices. This is where we can add our doorbell. And then we will scan the back here.
Press the sync button until you hear the beep.
Well, there's the sync button. There's the beep. And now the doorbell needs to see. Here we go.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
Added successfully. All right, now we'll hit next. And when my home is an older home, we don't have a doorbell here, so we're gonna go ahead and say we're not gonna do any wiring. We're just gonna run on the batteries here. The batteries are advertised to last about 6 months from what I've heard, depending on your usage and how high of a traffic area you're in. It could be less. First thing it asks us is if our front door faces the street. Mine faces the street, so I'm gonna say yes. Next one it says, is it shorter than 10 feet or longer than 10 feet? The porch. So I'm gonna grab a tape measure and we'll check that. And then my front porch is shorter than or equal to 10 feet. Keeps on seeing me. All right, and now we'll go ahead and find a good mounting spot for this guy. And it has a live view option here, so you can go ahead and click the live view so you can see what the camera's seeing, so you can make sure that your field of view is a good shot. So let's go ahead and take these guys out there real quick. All right, you guys, using the app and the camera, I kind of figured out where we were gonna go here. I wanted to mount this guy over here, but the mailbox kind of interrupts that. So I think over here is gonna be probably the best place. We're just gonna line this with the bottom of my mailbox here. And let's go ahead and mount that up. All right, so what we'll do is we'll bring our sticker out here and lay it out essentially so that the base of the sticker lines up with the bottom of my mailbox here. Make sure we're good, level, and flat. Now we can drill the holes. All right, now that you get your holes drilled, you can peel off the sticker here. Next thing you'll do is you'll align your backing plate here with those two holes you just drilled. This back plate does have a little sign here that says this side up, so you know you're right-sided up. And then if you look closely, there's just a little bit of wiggle room here. So you can slide this guy back and forth if needed, if you didn't get the alignment just right or if it's not perfectly level. In this situation, I do not already have a doorbell, but if you had one, you just connect your two doorbell connectors right here to provide power to this to keep it charged. But once you've got it screwed on, we're running on battery, you'll just insert the bottom first, the top till it clicks, and now it's on there. I'm gonna go ahead and test this out for a couple of days, see how it goes. I do have a rather short porch, and I didn't really have a great option for, it did recommend if it's less than a 10-foot porch to side mount the doorbell, just so it's not set off as easily. I'm gonna go ahead and test this guy out for a couple of days and give you a final review at the end. Then we can go ahead and talk about pricing and things like that. I found this on a fantastic Prime Day deal, and that's the only reason I got it. But now we have it, and we are rolling with the security. Stick around for another video here in the future. We're gonna be installing this, the Eufy 360 floodlight camera with pan and tilt. All right, you guys, so welcome to my new office. This is still getting set up, so it's a little echoey, but let's go ahead and check out this guy on Amazon, see what the prices are and what the price history has been, and we'll go ahead and review a couple other options as well. All right, so the camera I got is this one right here, the Eufy Security Doorbell with the 2K camera as well as a 1080 down below, and it also comes with the home base too. This right now is listed for $259. But Honey says, let's check it out at some other stores. Let's go ahead and jump into Honey, check out our price history on this one. All right, so we do show that it's available at 2 stores. Both of them are the same price right now, the same $259 from Newegg as well as Amazon. But if we scroll down here, we can jump our price history out to 120 days. You can see there was a deep sale. That was our Prime Day that I was telling you about. I found it on Prime Day for $179. Granted, they do have, it looks like reasonable sales come on every once in a while. $215, that's a great deal for a brand new system. That includes the Doorbell and the Homebase 2. If you already have the Homebase 2, I think there are other options that might be able to save you a little bit, but we'll look into those in a minute here. But normal price is between $259 and $254. I'd say if you're shopping and you want it sooner, the best deal you're going to find is going to be $254 unless you want to really, you put this thing on your Honey drop list and then wait for that email, be patient, and then they'll send you when those big deals come in here like Prime Day. That'll be Black Friday. I bet it's going to be a really good deal for this one, as well as right here we just got regular deals as low as $215. That's $44 off of the normal price. So really great deal. So let's go ahead and jump back to Amazon here and we'll look at other options for this doorbell. So when I just search Eufy dual camera doorbell, we can go back here to the search bar and there's actually a few options. So the one that I got is this one that comes with the Homebase 2, but then we also have this one here that has, it looks like just the audio part. So I think if you already have the Eufy security system with a Homebase, you can get this with the audible doorbell and it just mounts the doorbell inside so it rings, as opposed to one that, like this Homebase, that needs to be directly connected to your network. So you'll actually put your Homebase next to your router and plug it in via Ethernet. But this one, you'll connect to another Homebase, I assume. But it's $60 cheaper for that one. But if you still want the Homebase, check this out. Oh, check this out. Oh, this is the original doorbell. This isn't the dual cam right here, but this one right here is the single cam 2K with the Homebase for $135. So they got really great deals, or even we got a renewed one right here that is $207. So this is the same one I have, but it's been returned to Amazon, and then Amazon's gone through it and said yes, it's still good, and then is ready to resell it, and it's 20% off at $207. So that's also another cue for you. If you want to look for a really great deal, go to Honey and put it on your drop list and say, hey, only let me know if it's more than 20% off. Then you also have $199. You even got one as low as $74 for one of the original Eufy doorbells. This is a 1081 with it's all battery powered. It comes with a little ring that the doorbell ringer that's inside, so that when somebody pushes the buttons it rings inside rather than only being on your phone, which sometimes there's a delay. I've actually noticed that with mine, is that when somebody actually comes to the door and rings the doorbell versus when I get the notification on my phone can be delayed. So if you're not home to hear your Homebase make a sound and say, hey, somebody is at the door, the notification to my phone can take maybe a minute. Probably not a whole minute, but it is long enough that usually if somebody's just dropping off a package, they're gone by the time that you get the notification. There's some win some lose some, but this also does come with a lot of really interesting features. So one of them, let's go ahead and jump onto my phone real quick and I'll go through them with you. All right, we see my doorbell here. We go ahead and hit the little 3 dots and then the settings. And now we can see all of our different settings it offers. So it tells us our battery level here on the left and our Wi-Fi connection. It does Wi-Fi to the Homebase, so it is a separate Wi-Fi from the rest of your home. That'll tell you how far, if you're too far away from your Homebase for it to connect. And that can also be a reason for it being a delayed message sent to your phone. Dual detection, so it'll get it's like looking for just humans or all motion. You can tell it whether you want it 3, 6, 10, 15, or 20 feet. So if you have a long front driveway, you can set it for 20 feet so it catches anyone that's coming onto your property. Loitering detection, so it'll actually tell you like, hey, somebody's hanging out at your front porch. And then range, it'll tell you within 8 feet. Detection length, it's so it'll record for about 15 seconds. Interjection, it starts doing the loitering detection after 15 seconds. You can set it all the way up to 60 seconds. And then you can even add a custom loitering response. I turned it off because I find that when I go out to my front porch to grab a package, that's somehow enough time for it to be like, excuse me, can I help? So there's other options here. So the first one it automatically does is, excuse me, can I help you? And then other option is, please leave it at the door. We will be right there. And the voice is kind of obnoxious, but I get it. It seems as if somebody's there. It might scare off somebody who's trying to steal a package. Luckily for me, our front porch has a small wall that most delivery guys will actually push the package around that corner so that if anyone's walking by, they wouldn't immediately see a package on our doorstep to run and grab. However, that does pose other issues. Actually, just this week, I have a video right here for you. The delivery guy, it didn't catch him actually walking up to deliver it. It only caught him placing it there and then being gone. So it could have been him grabbing something too, and it would only catch the person running away, unfortunately. That's one thing that is a downside of having such a short front porch and no like yards, no run up to catch anyone walking up. But that's just kind of the way it is. It is actually helpful most of the time. It usually will catch. Most people will walk up the stairs to place the package on this porch, whereas this one time the delivery guy just kind of reached around the corner and set it there. So if somebody knew it was there, they could run up, grab it, and run away, and probably have better chances with my specific scenario. With another scenario, it might not be the same, but if your front porch is right up on the street like mine is, that is something to be aware of. Maybe you set your recording to go longer. If you can have it wired directly to power, if you already have a doorbell in there, if you have that 8 to 12 volt, I think 8 to 24 volt power, you can wire it directly and have it record longer, things like that, or detect more often. So if anyone walks in front of your house on the sidewalk, which could be annoying if it's sending you all those notifications, but it might just be another step of security that you might need. You can customize it to however you would like. And then it also has home-based notifications, so it'll only notify you between these times, so it won't bother you. Like if you're in the middle of the night, you don't want to get a notification and be woken up, things like that. You can set activity zones, so we can say front view, activity zone, and porch view. So front view is our top camera, porch view is our package camera. So we can click on here and it'll actually bring us in, and you can see if we hit the plus, and we'll give it an activity zone. So we'll say, hey, if you see any activity here, send me a notification, things like that. But we can also say, and then we can hit the plus again, and there's also an ignore zone. So if we wanted to say, I don't know, ignore the whole street, oh, dang it. Ignore the street here. So we don't get cars, but we get anyone walking by, we can set an ignore zone like that. That's very doable. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these because the automatic feature on mine seems to be pretty good at that 10 feet, because the front end of my front steps is 10 feet from the doorbell. And then we have our porch view here. It's gonna be the exact same interface. It's just going to be a different view, so you can say, hey, if you see anything in these areas, which is kind of nice. This has a wider view than I thought. The blended view that it offers in the app when you download the videos cuts off right about where the steps are, and so you do get a little bit of overlap, but not very much, and so it kind of can throw things off. But this one is, I think if I set an activity zone, this would be the one I would use to set that activity zone. Pretty cool. It's the same process where you just hit the plus sign to create an area. There's also a delivery guard, where if there's a package on the doorstep, it can say, hey, you know, it sends you reminders, it will let you know when the package is picked up, whether it was you or somebody else. It'll be like, hey, somebody took your package, and you'll be like, oh, hey, I can see that was me or my wife. So you got your uncollected package alert, you can get your live check assistant, package guarding. There's tons of options with these guys. Power management, this will tell you how you can choose how you want to use the power. Where mine isn't plugged into power, I want to be more conscious of things like that. But if you're plugged into power, you can go for like, hey, give me everything, I want to see it all, record it all, and just always recording kind of thing. I don't know how that would work, but it is an option. But then there's also a ton more options where you can change your audio settings, video settings here. You can change how it notifies you. We also have a beta radar detector. I'm not going to jump into that one because I don't want to mess too much. I got a lot going on already with this new security system. Once I'm comfortable, I might start looking into beta options. You can choose when it does notify you. You can choose the most efficient, where it'll just send you a text that says, hey, you got somebody at the doorbell, and that'll probably be the fastest way. I chose to include the thumbnail at a doorbell so I can see who's there, things like that. Actually, I should probably go for the full effect, where it sends me the text as quick as possible, but if I don't immediately pick up my phone and it's able to give me a picture of the motion, it'll send that thumbnail later. So we're gonna do that. And we have motion alerts. We can do different ringtones for those. So it's like, hey, there's a motion alert. Hey, this sound means somebody's actually at the door. Let's go with, that's a doorbell sound. So that's when somebody rings the doorbell. For motion alerts though, all I hear is this nice drop noise. It's kind of nice. Let's see, that's pretty much everything on the doorbell. And that is the Eufy Security Doorbell. Overall, I think it's a great product. I think it's a great option. If you're looking for a smart doorbell and you get a lot of packages, definitely get the one with the dual camera. If you don't get a ton of packages, you just want something to watch the front porch, you can easily go for the standard 2K or even the 1080p camera if you'd like. I think having the 2K video makes it so you can zoom in and get a better image of people who might be approaching your home, and so it increases the chances of finding somebody if there is a break-in, there is a theft, or any other type of activities that you don't want happening on your own property. There are, as we saw on Amazon, other great options for as low as $75 for these cameras. And the best part about Eufy, and the biggest thing and why I would say you should get Eufy over any other camera company, is that once you buy the camera, there is no monthly fees. You own the camera, you own the video, you own everything. If you do want to sign up for their, like, they can set up like a 911 service and stuff like that to where it calls the police or fire department, stuff like that, you can pay for that. But if you don't need those things like the fire department and the active monitoring where you can monitor it yourself, you don't have to pay for it, you don't have it. It's not something that's required, like Ring doorbells that require you to pay a monthly fee to have access. These are all set to go and ready to go for you. If you'd like to get this doorbell for yourself, go ahead and use the links down in the description below. I am an Amazon affiliate, so any purchases you make do help to support this channel with no additional cost to you. If you would like to help support this channel, use those links down below. If you appreciated this video, please consider subscribing, hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and maybe even share this video with a friend of somebody who might need a doorbell just like this one. And if you have questions on this video doorbell, the installation or the operation process, if you're having issues, anything like that, please leave those in the comments below, or if you just have general questions in the comment section below is where to leave those. If you have suggestions for future videos, again, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to know what you guys want to see, and I do enjoy making videos like this. And I will see you guys in the next one.